Hello, fellow Plastic Army Men fans and fans of Plastic Apocalypse. This is Michael Akkerman. I'm taking a small break from editing the Plastic Apocalypse sequel, The Prisoner Operation, as you can see right there on After Effects. I just wanted to bring you this small video on how to customize some of your Army Men to make your own little poses. And so here we go. Here are a couple of my customized Timme poses that I did myself this morning. And as you can see right here, this is the MG gunner, you know, who's kneeling down, and I cut him in half and put some legs on him, so it's like he's standing, so he could be hiding behind a tall sandbag wall, or he could be in a half track or something. And one thing, obviously, with the Timme riflemen is that they're all, and that's one thing that I've always kind of thought was weird. So I cut this guy in half who would have been kneeling and put legs on him, which I think these legs were taken from one of the guys with the rifle above his head, like the bayoneting kind of guy. And another MG gunner. This I left a stand on that one. And another rifleman. And then this guy right here, he's the, I guess they call it, the Timme call it the captain. I took his legs off and put him on the rifleman, so it kind of looks like this guy's walking, like he's slowly walking and firing at the same time. Okay, so for this video, we're going to do it with some green Timme Army Men. Now, I haven't really experimented with other poses and whatnot. I've just done the Timme guys, but I'll probably eventually do some. These are just some more of the, basic poses that I used for these ones. I just wanted to show you how it's done. So I'm going to take this guy's legs and put it on the body of this rifleman, and I'm going to take this MG gunner and put his body on this guy's legs right here. This is a very easy thing to do. All you need is an X-Acto blade and a lighter. You don't need any special glue or anything. Plastic is very easy to manipulate. So here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Hopefully my fucking phone doesn't fall over during this. So let's start with these two right here. Now, what's good about this the Timme plastic is that it's in fact, with these molds, is that it's very bendy and very soft. So what I do is you just start right above the belt. Let me just make a little mark here so you can see. Let's put it into view here. Make a little cut right there, just right above the belt. So, because if you start anywhere else, it's going to be pretty obvious unless you're a master of welding these things, which I'm not really, but I do what I can. Okay. So I trim the sides first. Oh, there we go. See, this plastic is so soft that they just pretty much come apart like that. All you need to do is score it. You can just score it a little and then break it. It's pretty easy, and it's a pretty clean cut, as you can see right there. All right, so that dude, he's blown apart. Maybe I can put him in the background of a Plastic Apocalypse film later on, or I could use the top of his body for something else. So there are his legs. That's what we wanted, okay? Put his legs right there. And now this guy we're going to do the same thing with. You start above the belt, same spot, and because these guys are the same, from the same, they're from the same kind of pose. Or not pose, but like their look and everything. Their uniforms are the same, so they blend together easy. And of course, you want to use the same kind of plastic, the same kind of coloring. I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't use a darker Timme guy for this. So I scored him a little bit. He just broke in half pretty easily. I haven't tried this with any of the harder plastic ones, like the Airfix guys, but I'll try. Okay, so now what we want to do, as you see right here, is marry these two together. Oops. Now, looks to me as though he's going to be kind of aiming up a little. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to manipulate this one because this has the belt. That's our, that's our reference. So I'm just going to shave off a little bit so it matches. Shave off a little on this one right here. So you can see what I'm doing here. Bring this phone down here. There we go. So I'm going to shave off a little bit. Pretty clean cut, right? Okay. Let's see here. Is that better? A little bit. let's keep going a little. Looks like we need to take more off right around here. So try and shape it with the legs here. Take off those little shavings there. There we go. Okay, how'd that do? Let's see. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks like it's almost there. Actually, it looks like it's gonna fit. Okay, now this is the fun part. We're gonna, of course, burn these two ends and then quickly stick them together. You should get a glimpse of this. I'm gonna burn both ends at the same time, so I'm gonna put them at a kind of at a right angle like this and put the flame right in the middle. And you can see them melting. They're starting to liquefy. Stop. Quickly jam those guys together right there. Turned out pretty well. He's kind of aiming up, so I could try and push it down a little bit while it's still drying. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of melt them together a little more around the edges here. So just don't put them too close to the lighter, otherwise it'll burn and you'll get a big black mark on it. So you kind of want to hold it above the flame and just slowly have it melt together. Don't rush these things. Just go back into the waste. It's going to smoke a little. Alright. That's our first guy. Turned out fairly well. Now just for the hell of it, let's take those other two pieces and weld them together. I guess this can be a guy who's like on the ground saying, hey, come on, move up or whatever, but let's see what we can do. Yeah. Alright, he kind of came at an angle, so his M16, hopefully, now it's still hitting the ground, but not too bad. It looks pretty natural. Alright, now this one's going to be a little trickier. It's because of this guy right here. He's kind of has an awkward pose to him, so I'm not just going to have to cut at the waist. I'm going to have to cut around his knee, which is touching his hands as well. So it's going to be a little awkward. So here we go. And this particular model is this plastic right here is a tad bit harder. So he's not just going to. I don't think he's just going to snap in half like the other guy did. Stab him. Try and get a deep score in there. Okay. Hope you can see this. I know it's kind of awkward. Alright. His leg is detached, or his knee is detached from his arm. And now, let's stab that center right there. Try to get a big score in there. There we go. Alright, so he came apart. And now let's just trim off a little bit of that stuff around him. There we go. So now he's just half a gunner. And let's take this bayonet guy. Let's do the same thing, cutting above the belt. So I scored both his sides. Let's see if he just snaps in half. He did. Okay. So we want to marry these two again, like we did with the other ones. And let's see, is that the right? That's about the right kind of cut on both of them. And for some of you younger people who might not be able to get your hands on lighters because your parents might not approve, you could super glue them together. It might not look as good though, and it might not be as easy because when you melt them, you can manipulate the plastic in so many ways. So there you go. So we're gonna let him get hard and Ha how mature and dry. So let's go to our first guy who we did this rifleman right here. Let's trim him up a little bit. As you can see, he has some little runoffs right there. So what I'm going to do is just trim that. You might see me cut myself, so we'll see what happens. Ah! Yep, look at that. I'm getting blood all over the army man now. I'm going to go back over it real quick with the lighter just to kind of smooth it out. Like I said, don't get the lighter too close to him because it'll burn him. Okay. Fairly nice. Okay, so there are some customized Army Men poses from the Timme molds. Hopefully you found this video to be informative, and I hope you all take advantage of it and make some of your own poses. Think outside the box. This is Michael Akkerman signing off. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.